Alrighty, Rich, welcome to the first tutorial in this blending shader examples or tutorials. I don't really want to draw this out really far, but I do want to be complete here. So there will be at least 4 tutorials, but there may be 5. We want to cover blending colors, blending textures, animating, blending textures, then animating normals, and then a little bit, and then another basic effects idea to use to make the texture look more 3D itself. So this will be the first in the section, and it's going to be really simple, as it will be only colors. We're only going to blend colors with a single texture map, a single mask map. So this is a new Unity project. It's standard 3D. I'm on the home window, the sample scene. So I'm going to jump over to the lightings tab, wherever you have that. If you don't see it, you can just go up here and go to add tab. Oh no, it's not an add tab. My mistake is over here. Where is that? Lighting setting, and that's right there. So, and delete the sky map. We don't need that for right now. I am going to right click on my assets folder in the project view, add a folder called shaders. Yay. And we're going to create right click in that folder, go to create shader, standard surface shader, and we'll just call it BlendMask0. Double click on that to bring up your editor. I'm in Unity 2019 for certain reasons of the main tutorial. 2019 is friendlier. You don't have to be for these for the shader tutorials, but for the voxel and hexagonal tutorials, which will be next, you will have to be. Okay, so I've create a quad in here. Right click on the assets folder, create folder, and let's call that materials. Under that, let's create another folder called blend mats. And we're going to right click inside that folder and create a material called BlendMask0. Select the material, click on the shader button up here, click custom, select our shader, and now let's change our shader. Go back to Visual Studio. We're going to get rid of most of this. So we're going to get rid of all of this right now. Base color. And we're going to make that color white. Color R. Typo. Color. And just copy the whole thing. Paste it down there red, green, blue, alpha. And then mask, and this will be our texture. So we've created 5 colors. We need a base color. Then our color red is what we are going to replace the red in our blend mask with. The more red our blend mask is in an area, the more of this color we'll use in our final texture, our final material. Same thing for G, B, and A. We've declared them colors. Here we've declared our mask to be basically a texture. And its default color will be white. Yeah. So let's go down here. Replace main text with mask, underscore mask. Inside the struct input, replace the UV main text with UV mask. They do need to, this does need to match this, and this needs to have UV appended onto the front of this. A fixed 4 has 4 parameters. We have 4 parameters in our color, red, green, blue, alpha. So that's why we use a fixed 4. And we will paste down here and then name them the same as our parameters above. In fact, we can just grab these. So to copy and paste in this manner, select next to your text, hold down the Alt key and the Control or the Shift key, and then click where else you want to select, and you'll select a box instead of selecting everything. So once again, select somewhere in it, hold down the Alt and the Shift key, and then select the other, and you'll select a block of text. Down here, we're going to get rid of everything. Fixed for C is equal to our base color. And this is what we're actually going to modify. Fixed for RC is equal to our color R. Don't really have to do all of these parameters, but I found it's helpful when learning. Blue color. Color blue. Fixed for alpha color is color A. Okay. Now we're going to get a color from our mask image. We'll use the text2D function built into shaders in general. I believe this is Unity's implementation of it, but we are getting a single pixel for the pixel that the game engine is requesting. So double click on a quad that we added. If you didn't add a quad, create quad, double click on it, face the back view with the gizmo till it says back, and then click on the word back, and that will take us to this. And that is nothing. That's not an error. I just haven't saved yet. So here's where we start to blend. Float MR is equal to the mask.red. So this is a fixed 4, has red, green, blue, alpha. We've got that single color from there. Now we're saying that our mask red 0, first mask red parameter, is directly equal to it. So if it is 1, its value is between 0 and 1. And if it is 1, then our second parameter will end up being 0 because we are going to subtract it from 1. And that will give us a ratio, a percentage. Do that for red, green, blue, alpha. And like I say, I say this often, this isn't rocket science, but you do have to know it to be able to do it. Okay, first of all, our red 0 is going to come from our red color dot red times MR0 times our first percentage. Our red 1 will come from our base color red times our MR1. And now we're going to do the exact same thing for red, green, could have just done a replace here, blue, but not alpha yet. We'll do alpha in a second. Red 0 plus red 1. Our red is equal to red 0 plus red 1. Our green is equal to green 0 plus green 1. And our blue is equal to blue 0 plus blue 1. Okay. Now we're not even near being finished here. It looks like it, but we're not. We've blended our red, our green, and our blue. We're blending our alpha a little bit different. So we're going to declare our red, or we're going to do our red 0 again is equal to our green color red times our MG0. And our red 1 is equal to our green, or our red, actual red times our MG1. Simple enough. So now we're blending our green color. So we have to go through and we have to blend each of our colors with the previous one. So here's our base color. First we blend our red with our base color. Then we're going to blend our green with the result of that and our blue with the result of that. And then we'll come back and do alpha. So green 0 is equal to GCG times MG0. Green 1 is equal to G times MG1. Blue 0 is equal to GCB times MG, wait a minute, no. Yeah, times MG0. And blue 1 is equal to blue times MG1. And this is basically the same thing, except we need to get rid of these floats because we've already declared it. Put a space in there. Green. Red. Okay. So if I scroll too fast or type too fast, just pause the video, please. I'm trying to give you a chance to keep up. I will have the files posted on GitHub sooner or later. But I am trying to not type too fast. So now we're doing our blue. And once again, we'll add them all up. Now we're going to do our alpha, and our alpha's backwards. Why? Because I like it that way. You can do it forward, but it's easier for me to erase from a texture than it is to add to a texture. So when you erase, it sets the alpha to 0. So and I find that easier to work with. We don't have our texture yet. Don't worry, we're about to design it. You can do it in pretty much any paint application that supports alpha. So that means Curta, Photoshop, Paint Shop, GIMP, whatever. And now we're just going to set all of our values and return it. Or set our albedo is equal to C.RGB. So our albedo, I believe, is a fixed 3 or a half 3. No, it's a fixed 3. So this is our output, standard output surface. Unity provided struct. You can look it up. You can find it in the help files if you look hard enough. This is our input, which is right here. And the only thing we're taking in is a UV mask. Save the file. Hide the Explorer. Grab our material from our material folder and just drag it on top of there. And it's all the same. Now our base color, nothing's doing anything right now. Don't really want to use the exact same colors. So this is towards the end, and since we have total alpha because we don't have a mask yet, everything is our final color here. But we're about to take care of that. And I'll make you green. So our red, no, our red cannot be red. Our red will be pink or pinkish. There we go. And that's good enough. Okay, save the scene just in case you crash. I'm going to use Curta. Curta's free. I believe you can get it in Microsoft Store. I believe that's where I got it, is Microsoft Store, but you can also search on the web, Bing or Google, for Curta, and go out and pick it up, download it. They do ask for a donation. You don't have to. I do believe they ask for donations because it is open source. It is, in my opinion, just as good as Photoshop. Let's make our first mask 256 by 256. Doesn't need to be that special. In Curta, select the background, unclick the lock, and Control A and just delete it, clear it. And then click the lock, turn it back on. Okay, already have pixel selected, so select, let me hide grid here. Go to pixel art, select, and then select one of these. I believe one of these is a custom brush, but we'll put it at right click up here and say 16. Okay, go to colors, and we want to select 100% red, advanced color selector. If you do not have one of these tabs that I have, I do not remember what's default, but simply go to settings, Docker, and you will see it. I have advanced color, and then I have specific color selector. And then just paint. It doesn't really matter if it's straight or not. A straight red line down there. Now we want a green. Get rid of all the other colors. We want total green here. And just go. And now we want a blue. So we want total blue, but we don't want either of the other colors. Now we're going to mess with it a little bit. And we're going to increase the green a little bit. I don't know, 64, 128. And we'll set our blue to 200. And I'm going to put that right in between the green and the blue. Try not to overrun the other ones. And then I want red and green. So I'm going to get rid of the blue. Come on, Curta. I just bragged on you, and now you're going to do that to me. So this one will have 128 on the red and 200 on the green. And right in between the green and the red. And now we're going to do 200 on the red and 0 on the green and 128 on the blue. There we go. And we are going to save. Not supposed to show you all my file folders, but oh well. Curta's navigation's a little bit nuts. Not hexagon mockup. Hold on one second here. I have a problem. I'm just going to... All right, silly me. I had all my folders messed up there, but okay. Navigate to your assets folder. In Curta, you want to add a new folder. We're going to call it textures. Open that up. Under that folder, we want to add another folder called mask. And we'll call this BlendMask0 because that's the name of our... Now I saved it as a Curta image. My mistake. Okay. Navigate down to PNG. Right there. Minimize, and our folders immediately appear in Blender. So I have two Curta files here that are showing up. I'm not going to worry about them. With our BlendMask0, you'll see the thumbnail. If you've done the same thing, you won't want it selected. Select alpha is transparent and click apply. Select our quad. And where's our material? Boom. Okay, so our transparent green, so our background is green. We've made this color is blue. That's our blue color. Here's our green, here's our green color, so it's light blue. Here's our red color, so it's white. Here's our red-blue color. So it is a mixture of our red and our blue, which is true. Here is a mixture of our green and our red color. Okay, that looks true also. Because our red, well, no, our base color. That should be a little bit more pinkish. But this is very order driven. So our red color kind of rules. So that is correct. There's our green once again. Then here's our green. Here's our mixture of our green and our blue. Now the best thing to do is go into Curta and mess with things. I am going to set my opacity to about 25. I'm going to set my color to black. so it's very noticeable. And I'm going to put it right up here. So there's just a little bit of gray right up there. And oh, by the way, you can click on this button and you can do a tiling texture. We don't need that right now. Now I'm going to raise this to, by right clicking, not left clicking. It drives me crazy about Curta. I'm going to raise the opacity to 50. I'm just going to plop it right in there. And then I'm going to raise the opacity to 75. What a surprise. And I'll just do that right there. And these should be blending our alpha and our base color. And now I'm going to raise the opacity to full 100% straight black. And I'm just going to plop it in right there. And I'm going to save. And now you see our other colors in there, and it's blending. Kind of looks transparent, but what it's doing is it's blending with our alpha. Or it's blending our alpha and our base color, so we're getting a gray. Should be a little bit more orange in my opinion, but it's not. But that's blending white in. So our base color, that's the color of our that texture. If we set nothing else in our mask map, it would be that color, or should be that color. Actually, it would be as long as we had an alpha, a full alpha, that's what we would have. As we go down through our colors, it is blending the colors. Not that fabulous, but it gets better when we get to textures, I promise. Boom. And let's just go through and look at our code again. I'm doing MA. Always suspect that I missed something, but I didn't. So it's not normal that you will use all of the colors, but in this case we are. So our red. There I went. There's what I did. There's what I did. Didn't I? Yeah, that should be. There's a problem with red right there. Yay. I'm happy when I found a mistake that I already noticed. So that was my mistake. Those should be all MRs. Down here, these should be all MGs, all MBs, all MAs. So let's jump back over again. And now there they go. That's what I expect. So here is our blue color, which is our red color pink, blended with our blue color purplish. And that's right now. And then there's our red color, and it's definitely red now. So, hope you got something out of this. I know it's short and fast, but it's the simplest one. It's just colors. Kind of boring, but you got to start somewhere. Don't worry, next tutorial we're bringing in normals and texture maps. Then we're bringing in animating the texture maps, and then we're bringing in animating the normals. And then, I don't know, we'll do something else. So thank you for being here. God bless. And like I said, I hope you got something out of it. See you in the next tutorial.